Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker's agenda, well, it's unraveling. Now, just for the record, so we're all on the same page, this guy came in and he cut corporate tax rates, which everybody's screaming about. He didn't raise taxes on the job creators, the top income earners. Well, how's it going? Now his state job numbers are going south. A new report shows Wisconsin has had a net loss of more than 8,000 jobs in the month of July. The state lost a whopping 12,500 jobs in the private sector, and the unemployment rate is up. Did you hear that? Up 7.8%. Now, this is more evidence that Walker is wrong-headed when it comes to the economy and creating jobs. He took on an old, failed Republican philosophy, and the bottom line is it's not working. The July losses almost completely wiped out the June job increases Walker was spouting off about with his buddies over on Fox News as they were bragging about it earlier this month.
The state of Wisconsin is seeing success in job growth. Fox News alert.
We are in a pickle when it comes to jobs. What are you doing there that we might be able to do across the country?
Well, I think the biggest thing is getting your fiscal house in order and then easing off, getting out of the way of business.
Union-busting Governor Scott Walker on Fox and Friends taking a victory lap in his Wisconsin miracle, and miracle it is.
Miracle? Now that is psycho talk. Now the miracle has disappeared. But Governor Walker's, he's not taking the blame. Oh, heck no. His administration, they released the following statement. Wisconsin is not immune to the national economic slowdown this summer, and we are seeing the effects of the national economy in our July numbers. So, when the state adds jobs, it's because of Governor Walker's policies, but of course when they lose jobs, it's because of the national economy and President Obama doesn't have a clue what's going on. I'm not buying it, and I don't think my next guest is going to buy that either. Let's bring in Wisconsin Democratic State Senator Chris Larson. Senator, good to have you with us tonight. Is this just proof positive that the old Republican theory of reducing taxes to absolutely everybody you possibly can is going to stimulate the economy and create jobs?
No, this hasn't worked, and this is pretty obvious. I mean, they tried to tout these numbers last month and saying that this was a miracle in Wisconsin. You know, we're happy when jobs are created in Wisconsin. We're happy when we're able to work together to actually do things in the long term to help our state. But unfortunately, this month's job numbers show that that hasn't happened. His policies have failed. We're going the opposite way, and this, I mean, Walker's having a bad week. He lost his two colleagues, the two Republican senators. They weren't able to pick off any of the Democratic senators, and now these numbers come out. Earlier today, I don't know if you saw this, Walker actually endorsed Paul Ryan running for president. So Walker's really, I think he's endorsing his plan to recall him if he's going to last the rest of this year.
And just for the record, in the recall effort in Wisconsin, the number's 5-4, Democrats winning over Republicans, and you picked up 2 Senate seats. And I want to point out, because I had someone in Las Vegas today say to me, gosh, a tough loss for the Democrats. I said, wait a minute. All 14 senators who left the state in protest of a radical agenda are still in the Wisconsin State Senate. They're all working. None of them were recalled. Right. The Republicans weren't able to recall any Democrats whatsoever. So what does this mean moving forward for Wisconsin? Does this really make it a shoo-in for recalling Governor Walker?
Well, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, Ed, but you're right. I mean, we have a pretty big victory. The only victory we didn't get wasn't getting the majority, but we won a majority of the seats that were up for recall. If you take all the votes together, Democrats won more votes than Republicans. We're able to hold off from them recalling any of the Democrats. And if you take the numbers, we're able to increase the margins for Democrats over Republicans from where Walker was just a few months ago. They're even going so far as to try to change the way that we have recalls in our state in order to protect Scott Walker. But I think that movement's moving forward. Walker's even giving lip service to working in a bipartisan fashion. We haven't seen him doing it. He's just trying to say that because I think his pollster is nudging him to do that. But yeah, that effort to recall Walker is definitely going to move forward.
Well, for him to come out and support Paul Ryan to run for president, I think just underscores how radical he actually is. The other thing I want to bring up is here's RNC Chairman Reince Priebus this morning on this network talking about a potential Walker recall effort, which we were just talking about. Here's how he's viewing it. Here it is.
If the public employee unions want to flush another $30 million down the toilet and then allow Scott Walker to be even stronger and win a recall election, and then we'll pass more reforms after that, then they should go ahead and do it, because the $30 million they flush down the toilet will be $30 million they don't have for other races. So, hey, go for it.
Go for it. Chris Larson, what's your response to that?
Well, I think it's great that Reince Priebus is endorsing the idea of recalling Walker as well, and I'd encourage him to sign the petition when we start circulating them in January. Look, I think actually the chairman actually got beat by one of the candidates, one of the Democratic state senators who was up for recall on Tuesday and won with 57% of the vote. So it just shows that he was rejected personally, Republicans have been rejected, and Democrats are standing up. We're standing up when we're winning in Wisconsin, and come January, this is Wisconsin too, come January, we're going to go out and we're going to collect 500,000 signatures and recall the governor of Wisconsin. Because when we stand up, when we fight, we win.
No doubt. Wisconsin State Senator Chris Larson, great to have you with us tonight. And I want to tell you that I met some great people from Ohio today in Las Vegas at the Steelworkers Convention. They are very motivated to do what they have to do on Senate Bill 5. Yesterday, Rush Limbaugh had to share the psycho spotlight with Hannity. But tonight, the drugster, he's got it all alone. He just can't help himself with those racial slurs. He's going in the zone. Stay with us. We're right back.